Yeah, you are welcome to Ombudsman Radio, and you are welcome to another edition of Sportsfy, where we bring to you the latest updates in the world of sports. And today here I have two amazing guests, Mohamed Tefida, our in-house sport analyst, and also Chidi, the sport coordinator of Public Complaints Commission. So, how are you guys? And how was your
Thank you
weekend?
for having us.
All right, today we'll be discussing about a very important topic in football, which is grass to grace football stories among our footballers, both our local footballers here, our footballers from Nigeria, and footballers from abroad. Like how they've moved from how they started from their humble beginnings and now they're in the global stage and people are getting to see them and watch them. So now my question goes to you, Mohammed Defida. I don't know if you can tell us what is that motivating factor? What are those things that these players that drive these players to want to succeed on the global?
Truth be I would just say poverty. You know, when you struggle throughout from when you're born, you see around you, you see people struggling, and also let me even give you a story or an experience. While growing up, I played for a football club called Community Action Through Sports. It's called CATS. It was sponsored at that time by British Council. So you see the whites come they are scouts. They come pick players and go abroad to for what's it called,
Trials.
scouting trials. So you see from there they pick them, and when these guys come back, you see how they have transformed, they have changed, even their pattern. They are more professional in what they do. So that motivates people from the slum. You see a lot of people trying to meet up to these people because everybody wants their lifestyle to be upgraded. And when sports is the only hope you have, you only utilize that opportunity as much as you can.
That's good.
Okay, so if you want to just chip in a little about what you're saying about the motivating factor, I feel like where you're coming from, it's one where like when an academic player, with part of this world, when you feel like I have nothing, like all like this my sport, my football boot, my torpedo boot. Then I see the likes of Kano Wanko, likes of this what's it called, Brownie there, how they moved from Nigeria to Norway. The problem is the when you have the dedication in you to the motivation to go to training every day, only pray for just one opportunity. Like if you look back the past 15 years, football was not as booming as this.
Yeah.
We started seeing how some players will go abroad, come back, they, no nothing to write home about. But when you check about in the last 5 years, you see even parents sending their kids their words from 3 years, 4 years to because of the huge amount of money they are seeing on the internet, and social media too has been one of the motivating factor. You see most of the transfers. Like, and if you have good agents, you have good agents also help. Like like when you go out, like it give example of Oshime saying that they hawked on the streets of Lagos, and when you get the opportunity to leave the shores of this country, you give your all out in the field of play, you give your heart out.
Also, I even saw some this Chiamaka, the AFCON goalkeeper.
Yes.
She spoke the last time and said her father told her she would not be she won't achieve anything with her life. But you can see now, I'm sure he's very proud of her.
Yes.
So football or sports generally is one transformative area in our lives generally.
Okay, so my next question goes to you, Chidi. Now, when you see, I've seen some players like that came from the slums
Yeah.
and now they went to Europe for trials, they got lucky and they were picked. So, but sometimes they have not been able to manage themselves well or they've not been able to cope well, and you end up seeing them coming back to the street again and starting again from the grassroots. How do you think players should be able to, manage themselves to handle that pressure of performing on the global stage?
Okay, so the very next question, like this question that most of us, like really coaches, we are teaching our upcoming that you need to have a manager. It's someone that will manage your assets. When you are playing, someone is managing your assets. Like Koshime said, having estate, real estate, getting into different businesses, and even having a manager, need someone you can trust. You can see the likes of Oruma. You see Oruma.
Yeah.
He's from grass to grace, then grace to grass. his own elder brother connived with a pastor to embezzle one of his all his lifetime, almost £1 billion. So he's back on the streets. So for a young footballer growing up, you know where you're coming from. So every penny, every dime you're being paid will be used efficiently. Just like when you see the likes of Alexander Song in Arsenal, when he got the first paycheck, he saw Thierry Henry driving a massive car. He went to the car stand and he wants this kind of car. He could not afford it then. They were deducting the money from his salary until a senior player told him that you are wasting. That's why you see most of the African players when 5 years into their retirement, they are back on the street asking for help and all because lack of management, lack of asset managers and all. That's why you see FIFA giving us all those foundations, FIFA Foundation, giving all these lectures to um, um, players, active players, how to secure your future, like your insurance policy and all. So when you have this, if you have this, I feel you are good to go.
If I can add to that too, I would say discipline. Discipline basically because some people want to show that they've arrived. When they go there, come back, they want to show off when they don't have what the other players do have. So if you are just disciplined and you don't uh, fall into peer pressure, you'll be able to manage all of this.
Okay, so Tefida, when you look at some of our players now, for example, the likes of Victor Osimhen, Asisat Oshoala, Rasheedat Ajibade, and the likes of them that have made this country proud. Now, what example do you think they can set for the younger ones, the people that the sports lovers and footballers that are willing to also go to Europe and make the country proud? What kind of example do you think they can set for them so that they can learn?
Uh, I get where you're driving at, but most of them, to be honest, they are trying. Most of them have academies. Most of them, I know some players that are in Ndidi's academy and other players to have set their academies as well. So I feel if more of if we can move from that academy level to what Ahmed Musa has done, which is investing in this local football, like our local league,
Yeah,
let's upgrade our local league so that people can watch. You see, people they're signing from what this South African league, what's it called?
Orlando Pirates,
Yeah, you see,
Kaizer Chiefs.
they are signing from there because they have brought standard to their league. So if our league can upgrade as well, I feel most most of our players will go out, or they don't even need to go out. Even in our look, they can generate funds for themselves and pay themselves well here without going out.
Yes,
So
she's even trying her best.
yeah.
Like Assistant Oshola Ajibade, the little I know about Assistant Foundation, I feel like she's doing her best. She's giving her own quota. She's giving this sanitary part to the lady, to the girls, teaching them how to be clean, how to go after all those things. So in their own little quota, they are doing their best. I haven't have a friend that's coming into the country next month also for a girl child
Okay.
in sports. So in their own little way, they are doing it. Ahmed Musa is now the chairman of Kano Pillars. This
yeah.
is trying his own possible best. I just feel like in their own little way, they are trying their best.
So all right, that's all for that about the topic. Now we move to the preseason tournament. We've seen a lot of games, the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, Barcelona, these top teams in Europe, how they have been playing in the preseason. So I would like to ask, Chelsea is not in the preseason because they played in the FIFA Club World Cup. So now judging by, let me start with Manchester United. They just finished the Premier League summer series. Judging by how they have performed, do you think next season they can improve?
Yeah, well, as a player, a former player, I just feel like I don't judge based on preseason because I feel like most of these preseason games where you just throw in most of the youngsters just expect themselves like I could use the example of Arsenal because I watch almost all their preseason game. They've been revelation this dormant.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Dormant. They've been so the preseason is not actually what we. But I feel Man United this season they will definitely perform. With their signing of Nkunha and
Buemo.
Buemo, I feel they're going to perform. I just feel like he has streamed the kind of players he wants. So let's give him the chance to just see what Amorim will do this season.
Okay. Okay. So what about Arsenal? Do you think they can challenge for the title this season? Going by the way, last season, last season they tried their best but they couldn't get it. But this season now they've made some signings, and one of the signings that people are happy, the Arsenal fans are happy about is the signing of Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon. So do you think bringing out striker and combining him with people like Saka and Odegaard, Declan Rice in that team, do you think now Arsenal has a chance to at least, even if not, even they will not win the Premier League, they can at least lift a trophy,
Okay,
even
okay.
if it's a domestic trophy? Do you think they can do that this season?
Yeah, sure. Like check the last 3 4 seasons. Arsenal have finished in second position. I still have my reservations because I watched the few 10 minutes of the debut in our game against Tottenham. We are still playing the same pattern of the last season and 2 seasons ago, going to the right, going to Saka. So I feel like the likes, if can be the likes of Eze, we need more. Like if I mean after that first game, I just feel like the coaches need to go back and check. Eucharist might not even score up to 20 goals with the way Arsenal is playing because we don't give the pull out, we don't give all those running balls. We need to go through Saka when he cuts and shoots. It must not be always. Now, what about Premiership? They give you the first 1 year. Like I was telling somebody, like Messi cannot play the Premiership and shine for 2 years up front. That's why I still give Ronaldo the GOAT in football because he has shined, he plays in everywhere. What about Premiership? You might come in, they watch you your first season, the second season, the old defenders are locked you up. If you watch last 2 3 seasons, Saka is always biting in and shooting. But last season was difficult for because they studied the game. So we need to change our approach. If we continue playing the way we are, I don't think Arsenal we can still struggle and finish second. But hopefully with the likes of the Victor Gyökeres coming into the Arsenal game. If you watch our game against Tottenham, the the two central defenders had to stick to him, right? Had to stick to him because if you give him a chance, you're going to where he goes. So hopefully, I know. Sure, this is it.
Okay, so like Tottenham, they had a friendly yesterday, and it was announced that Son has played his last game for Tottenham. Now, looking at the goals and the way Son has performed for Tottenham in the last 10 years, do you consider him as a Tottenham legend?
Yes, I consider him as a legend because he has even held the captain band. And apart
Not
from
just a
that,
Tottenham legend,
yes,
Premiership legend.
yeah, he has done a lot for the club, to be honest. He has even been loyal. A lot of players have come in and gone without winning any trophy, but he stayed. So that's loyalty to a fault. So I feel he deserves to be called a legend.
Even last season, when he lifted the Europa, although it was against my team, I was still happy for him. At last he was able to lift a trophy for Tottenham, and he has left the team on a very good note by
Yes.
at least winning a trophy for them. So with this, we've come to the end of the show, and I want to thank my in-house sport analyst here, Mohammed Tefida, and also the sports coordinator, Chidi, so for joining me on this show to give you the latest update on sports. So thank you.